it's me, Nikki, and welcome. Hello. As you can tell, Sister James is back.
Hello, sisters. I am back. It is currently 3 a.m.
We can't get rid of him. Welcome to our KKW concealer and baking and powder first impression / review. Here's the thing. I'm currently in LA. We're currently at Patrick Starr's studio. There the queen is. Oh. Hello.
I just want my review.
So if you want to see his review, I'll leave it in the screen somewhere. I was like, Patrick, I'm traveling. People really want to see this review from me. So what can we do? First thing he said was, girl, I got a kit for you. And then James came up with the amazing idea that he will elaborate right now.
I see all the time with the reviews, everybody shares their opinion. Obviously, hello, that is the point, a review.
Right.
But a lot of times, there'll be people that say, oh, well, I have a different skin type. Will that work for me? Or I have a different skin tone. Do you think that'll work for me? Or everybody
different needs.
Yes. I've always wanted to do a type of like a series where reviews would be with another YouTuber, another makeup artist that could weigh in on their opinions together and kind of share and contrast their views and kind of even like debate back and forth on different things to really decide, is a product worth buying and worth the money? And I think that this would be so fun for us to do.
The more opinions, the better. So that is what we're doing today. I am so excited. So without any further ado, we're gonna dive into the PR package and let's see what this collection is all about. All right, so we have 2 PR kits right here. Opening it up. Oh. Okay, so the first thing we see is categories of 4. There's 4 concealers: fair, light, medium,
and deep.
Where's deep dark? See, the thing with most like foundation concealer ranges is a lot of brands come out with a limited range to test the waters and then they expand.
Yeah.
But you're Kim Kardashian.
I will say for the 16 shades that are here, the ombre from the lightest to the darkest is pretty strong.
Look at the first 4, which is my range, the fair range. Let's just say that I only see a difference happening here, and then these 3 look the exact same.
They do. I think that the overall range between the actual 16 is pretty good, but I definitely would like to see probably 4 more.
And also thinking it's concealers. And usually what people want from concealers is that it brightens. So then when looking into the box, we also find a loose setting powder. This one is from the fair range, number 1. Looks like that.
And we also have a pressed
powder.
Hello, I'm gonna break a nail.
Which, oh my God, that's tiny. Bro,
that is like an eyeshadow
That's a sugar pill eyeshadow.
That does look like the shade of an eyeshadow.
You know what? I just really want to get this on my face.
Same, honestly.
And see for myself how this applies, how this works, how it blends out, how it sets, how it looks, how it feels. Let's do it.
Down.
The first product we're gonna do is foundation. But this is not a foundation video, so we're just gonna do that off camera real quick and we'll be back in 3, 2, 1.
I'm scared of how we look right now.
I'm not. I like the process. All right, so let's move on to the concealers. I right here have the fair selection.
And I have the light selection.
So number 1 is pretty darn light, so I'm gonna use that for lightening, but I also wanna cancel out the darkness a little bit, and I feel like number 3 should do the job. And when I look at the description, it says that number 1 is a very light with warm undertones concealer, and number 3 is a fair light with cool undertones.
And I was gonna use number 5 to brighten, but if you look at it, number 7 has a more, well, actually on camera it looks like it's number 8.
Number 8 is a deep medium with warm undertones. Number 5 is a light medium with warm undertones as well.
I'm just gonna use 5 for now. Okay, and my instant reaction is that when it's going on, it feels very, very soft and goes on super smoothly.
Oh, that looks like a good match.
Okay.
Okay, first initial thought, it's very creamy.
It does feel very nice going on the skin.
It feels creamy. It feels like it's rich in texture.
It does. Ever since the Shape Tape concealer came out, I feel like most concealers recently and foundations as well have been coming out with doe foot applicators, which some people love, some people definitely hate for sanitary reasons. This is not a doe foot applicator, it's more of a flat top applicator.
It's already starting to oxidize on me.
Yeah, it is oxidizing a little bit as well. When you freshly apply the concealer, it definitely goes on lighter than where you've already applied it, like down here. So it does oxidize a little bit. Okay, well, it also dries down really fast.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so we do have the brush, but as you know me, if you watch my channel, you know that I am unable to make a brush work. So I'm just using my trusty old sponge to bounce this in. I want to give this a fair shot.
I also do not use brushes ever for my foundation either, but obviously you guys should use whatever typically works for you in your makeup routine. So typically when I do concealer, I used to always pick a shade that was pretty close to my skin tone, but more recently I've actually been highlighting my under eyes and the center of my face a lot more. I always complain about my hairline being really, really high and my face looking wonkety wonk. I feel like I've recently been doing that, and I picked a lighter shade today for an obvious reason of brightening, but there's not a whole lot of brightening going on. So I'm gonna actually steal one of Sister Nikkie's shades from the light range. Maybe number, they all look the same, so it doesn't really matter.
So I'm blending out number 2 on my under eyes, and
I'm also using number 2 now.
And this is what it does coverage wise. So it is highlighting me quite a bit. It is giving me coverage, but it's not like compared to like my favorite NARS Soft Matte Concealer in a little pot that has coverage for days. And this is, you know, being marketed as a full coverage concealer. It is, I can tell that this to most people would be very full coverage, but to us makeup freaks,
for us, this is not
like
full coverage.
A medium.
That honestly does make sense though, because I feel like full coverage to Kim is not like 78 pounds of makeup. Coverage, right. Yeah. So I feel like this does once again make sense in the sense that this is the collaboration with her makeup artist Mario. So I feel like to the average everyday makeup wearer, this would be a really great full coverage concealer, like Nikki said.
This is my face after blending it in completely. As you can see, it definitely hid my dark circles. They're not completely gone. Like if I turn away from the lighting a little bit, you can like totally see that it's still a little bit there. I'm gonna grab number 1, and I just wanna see if I can highlight a bit more.
Okay, so as you guys can see, using number 2, which is in the fair range, which I would really not consider my skin tone, that's actually doing a much better job of brightening me up, which I actually really, really like. Also, I'm covering my beard in private clock shadow because this sister is a brother. So it's actually doing a pretty decent job of covering it up, like you can see, but there is a little bit of a gray undertone, but honestly, I have not found a concealer to date still that does not do that, so I'm okay.
The trick to setting your under eye without it creasing throughout the day is to immediately go in with your baking powder after like working that concealer in. I must say it is blending in super smoothly. It goes into the, like it blends into the skin stunningly. I don't see any weird like marks. I don't see any weird like gaps. It doesn't look too cakey.
Can I say one thing that I'm actually surprised about? And I don't know if it's actually in a good way or a bad way necessarily. This concealer seems to dry down really fast, which doesn't really bother me. I usually tend to blend quickly anyway. But when it dries down, it's not drying down as dewy as I would have expected. I feel like although Kim started off with like that full intense highlighted matte glam, more recently she's been rocking that like natural dewy skin tone, which literally everybody, including me, has been trying to recreate with every product in the book. So I'm actually kind of surprised that this concealer isn't a lot more dewy, like that look that Kim and Mario have been going for.
Right. I have begun setting using the number 1 powder. It's a very fine, thin powder. Like it's very thin in texture. It is way more thin than a Laura Mercier.
Okay, I'm going into number 2.
Compared to my favorite Maybelline Fit Me, ooh, that's a whole different, like, that's a whole different game. That is so much more, like, thick and opaque. This is almost like, it almost reminds me of an HD powder, like the fineness of it, like the thinness of it.
That also mattifies
I missed a little bit, a tad a bit of coverage in that.
Can you look forward for me? Oh yeah, you can still see the under eye bags. You can still see the bags a little bit, not gonna lie. They're Chanel bags though.
Thank you.
But they're there.
Thank you.
They're there, they're a little dark.
So what I usually do is grab my Laura Mercier translucent powder to set the rest of my face using my damp sponge. So I guess I'm gonna have to do that using the same powder today. What's really good for this is I get a really oily T-zone throughout the day. If I set just my T-zone using this powder, I feel like it's gonna keep the oils at bay so much longer than my usual powder, like the Laura Mercier. So that I'm definitely liking. When I look really up close and personal at my pores, they are blurred. There is coverage, but Mama's looking a little dry. So that setting spray later on is really gonna have to save my ass.
So for me, I have more oily skin, and I am using a different foundation than normal for today's video, being that I am at Patrick's house, obviously. The Marc Jacobs foundation is very full coverage. If you know the foundation, it is intense to say the least, and I'm honestly not the biggest fan of how these two are meshing together, being that they are both very, very, very matte and very dry. Like Nikki said, my face is feeling a little bit intense right now. I'm definitely relying on
I feel a little bit of like
sister setting spray.
So what I'm gonna try is going in with the setting powder, like the pressed powder. Take a little, what is this? Like a little cushion. I rub it in to the powder. And this is a trick for if you want maximum coverage out of your powders. And then with that, tap the under eye.
I still can't get mine open.
Oh, look how brightening.
Whoa.
See, now we're talking Kim K under eye.
I still can't get mine open. For me, when I apply under eye powder, I actually like to use my damp beauty blender. I always like to use beauty blenders when it comes to melting powder into the skin, especially considering we have very, very full coverage intenseness going on right now. So I want to do anything I possibly can to kind of melt it down a little bit.
Do you know what this powder will be amazing for?
What?
Remember how you always grab your powder when you do your nose contour to kind of
push the sides in?
Pinch it back in. Look at this. It's so, look, compare.
Oh, whoa.
Brightening.
That's a good idea.
Without the brightening.
Wait.
Do this to pinch in that nose contour. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
She is bright, honey.
She's bright.
So far, this is my favorite product.
Yeah.
This is what is making my heart race. Well, I don't have a heart anymore, but if I had one, it would be racing. Girl.
Oh my lord. Hello.
All right, so this is what our bases look like after foundation, concealer, the powder, and the brightening powder. And so far, I'm really happy with this.
I like it. I'm not jumping through the roof. I wish I was a little bit more dewy, not gonna lie. I do feel dry, but I like it. I like how it looks. I feel like this will photograph very, very well. Snatch the cheekbones pretty badly. So let's contour quickly, then come right back and we will test out the baking powder once again, but to actually bake this time.
All right, so the magic of makeup has just happened. It's been about, let's be honest, like a good hour since we applied our products. When I look at my skin, I see a veil of blur. Like my pores look blurred. I think my skin looks really good. It looks a little bit drying like here.
Yeah.
It looks a little dry, but I have to say I'm obsessed with the brightening powder. Like it makes me so happy.
I, being honest, was not loving it when we started. I said it was a little bit drying on my skin. I do have oily skin too, which is honestly surprising for me.
Yeah.
But as I kind of did my eye makeup and let it kind of sit on the face, it did warm up on me a little bit. It kind of like melted in a slight bit. I'm really looking forward to giving myself a good spritz of MAC Fix Plus to kind of melt everything together. My face really needs it. In fact, let's go ahead and do that right now.
Do it.
I love the under eye brightening powder. I feel like it looks so beautiful, so flawless. The only thing that's kind of getting me still is there's a little bit of texture right up in here and right up in here where I'm kind of more oily for some reason, where the powder kind of clung to those areas. So maybe this wouldn't be the best product for oily skin.
Which is weird because I thought, because I'm dry, I thought it's so mattifying. This is going to be great for oily skin types.
I would think the same thing, but I think the powder may have kind of clung to some of the oily spots.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna bronze.
I'm gonna snatch. Here we go. This nose needs some help right now, guys. For all my oily skin people out there, especially for you guys who have oily noses, I do have to report back. You guys know my like #1 thing when it comes to my whole face application is that my nose contour is always my biggest thing, and my biggest pet peeve when it comes to that is when the makeup will start to rub off my nose.
Yeah.
And while rubbing this contour powder over top of my nose, it's rubbing away the concealer underneath, and which was set with the powder, which sucks to say, but she's coming off. I want to grab that pressed powder, and I'm going to grab the shade number 3, which is a more yellow tone shade. And I'm going to try to grab my beauty blender and kind of press that in to the nose contour to kind of snatch it up, and also hopefully bring back some of that pigment that was lost from the blending process. Oh.
It's working?
Oh yeah, she's good.
That brightening
Oh, I'm scared of that. Whoa, sister needs to blend, but oh my
That's
god.
Facetune tones in real life. That's a nose contour.
Oh, my nose contour has never looked better without Facetune in my entire life.
See, I'm telling you, the brightening powder is so good.
I really do not like the loose powder, but this I need to order 67 of right now.
Yeah, because you only get an eyeshadow pan size. All right, so we have done our makeup. Start to finish, what do you think?
I am impressed with the brightening powder. The concealer is a good product, I think, overall. It's decent coverage. I wouldn't say it's full. I would say it's more medium to full. Mm-hmm. You can layer it. It does oxidize a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's great. It's not like, wow.
I like the concealer. I think it's beautiful on the skin. It blended in so smoothly, so nicely. It just didn't have, and it might grow on me, I don't know, but I didn't have that, whoa.
Yeah.
As far as the loose setting powder,
I don't like it.
I mean, I like my Coty Airspun more, and that's like, what, $5? So do you actually really need it?
No. But the brightening powder on the other hand.
Oh my god, if you need anything from this collection, brightening powder, brightening powder, brightening powder.
This?
Just please, I'm begging anyone who's watching this from the team, bigger pans.
Yeah.
Bigger pans.
Especially for $18 too.
For the same price.
For the same price.
One note we would like to make about the brightening powders though. Number 4
is orange. And as much as a warm tone highlight does look beautiful on a lot of people of color, that color should never be bright
wants orange
under
eyes. It's like you're color correcting, but you forgot to like take care of that. With any product, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Please take care of your own opinion. And you know, when it comes to makeup, everyone is different. What I may love, you may hate, and vice versa. So please respect each other's opinions, and you know what? Try it out for yourself. See for yourself.
Let us know what you think. I think that's why this video was such a cool idea, because me and Nikki got to sit here, both test it out. Our opinions did end up being pretty similar in the end, but they could have been completely different.
The road was a different road.
It was a different road, but we ended up in the same.
You took the 410, I took the
105 South.
105 South. On that note, I'm going to thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out both James's and Patrick's channels. I will leave the links down below, plus somewhere here in the screen. As always, if you enjoyed watching this video, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.
Sister Nikki, the love. She has the best makeup channel in the world. Literally my favorite.
Stop, keep going. And hopefully I will see you on the next one. And definitely let me know if you like videos like this to get more opinions, so I can get someone else here instead of James.
Wow, what the heck? Okay, bye.